on, keep it going, everybody. Clap your hands, keep it going. Make some noise. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to South by Southwest, presented by The Stand. Everybody, make some noise for South by Southwest at The Stand. Yes. Presented by C-Tickets, ctickets.com. That's where you can find the best live entertainment, comedy shows, and music. So make sure you guys check them out. This feels nice, right? It feels like old times. We're back indoors, right? Just like old times. Remember back in the day when you used to show up to a show 2 hours early so they could stick a Q-tip up your nose and then sit awkwardly in a showroom for 45 minutes so they could tape it and stream it to people all over the country? I want a vaccine, man. That's what I wanted. I remember when this thing hit in March, I was like, yo, this is crazy. I'm from New York. I want to go back to telling people to back the hell up myself, you know? I feel like the government took that away from us. They don't have that right. I want that right back. I was hoping for a vaccine in March, praying for it. Now, we got some vaccines. Nobody wants to take it. You guys ever met people like that? My friend is like that. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's like, Ian, I'm not going to take the vaccine because I don't know what's in the vaccine, and I'm not just putting anything into my body. I was like, I've seen you buy Viagra at a gas station. Not even from a worker, just some dude pulled it out by the slushy machine, told you to get you hard. So I think you got the antibodies. I think you're okay. Don't worry about it. Fauci said you're okay. Some people really believe that. I don't want to offend nobody's views. Some people are so far down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, they actually believe they created the whole pandemic just so they can make a vaccine, put a chip in the vaccine, and then inject the chip into everybody's arm. I'm like, first of all, nobody cares about you that much. I mean, you work at Trader Joe's. Why would anybody want to track what you do? And that sounds like a lot of work. I feel like if you wanted to put a chip into people, you don't need to create a whole new disease. You could just say you got a vaccine for a disease that already exists, you know? Something that we trust, something the white boys in the middle of the country could get on board with. Like, you think anybody be refusing a vaccine if they announced it was a herpes vaccine on the way? No, everyone to take those, all the guys. You don't even gotta call it a vaccine. You could call it straight up, the herpes chip. We'll still take it, we don't care. Anytime a girl bring up using a condom, you be like, babe, I'm on the trip. Don't worry about it. They're tracking me. They keep track of it. Don't worry. And I'm from New York. I don't know if you guys from New York? New York? Nice New York. Real New York is still coming out. Nice to see real New York. They said our city was dead, but it's not dead. We got 27 people in here. It's not dead. Our city is thriving. This is good. It was tough to be in New York in March. I was born and raised here. I didn't start traveling until I started doing comedy. I found out this place in this country, they don't like New Yorkers. I thought everybody loved New Yorkers. They don't love us. They love our city, but they don't like the people. They think we're rude. They think we're arrogant. And New Yorkers, we're not rude. We're not arrogant. It's just, we deal with so many weirdos on a daily basis. It's tough for us to care about what the rest of the country cares about. Like, there's places in this country right now where people are arguing about gender pronouns. That's ridiculous. People will argue with you about how you want them to address you. That's crazy. In New York, nobody's arguing about that. Because we've been dealing with people thinking they're a different person our entire lives. You want me to call you they? I'll call you they. There's a crackhead in my neighborhood I gotta call Beyonce. That's what he go by. He used to be Henry. One day he changed it. We was like, what up, Henry? He was like, nah, it's Beyonce. Then he pulled his dick out, started peeing on the bus. Everybody was like, oh, lemonade, okay. We got it. We don't got time to argue with you. We gotta go to work. This is New York City. I'll call you whatever you wanna be called. One time it got awkward. This dude wanted me to call him King. He told me his name was King Jonathan. And I had no problem. I was like, I'll call you King. But I wanted to make sure. I was like, but are you sure that your first name is King? He got upset that I questioned him. He's like, don't worry if my name is King, okay? I think a king is somebody who knows their worth, and I know how much I'm worth, so I consider myself a king. I was like, cool. But Uber says I need to look for a Jonathan. I don't know if you want to send them an email and let them know about your kingdom, but they probably don't know because you drive a Toyota Corolla. That's why I love being from this city. A lot of people complain about the cost of living. I like a high cost of living. I think that's cool because We don't got time to judge other people. If you surviving in New York, everybody's like, get it how you could get it. It don't matter to us, you know? Like there's this dude on my block that sells water. He sells those $1 Poland Spring bottles of water. He's been selling waters for like 5 years. I've never bought a water from him. Recently, I was walking by. He stopped me. He was like, hey, man, do you live on this block? I was like, yeah, I live right up the block. And he was like, then you should definitely buy a water from me because I could easily be on your corner selling drugs. I was like, you easily could be selling drugs? Then you should be selling drugs. It's like, this is New York City. You can't pay your rent with waters. You got to have ambition to make it in the city. I was recently in South Carolina, not bragging, but I got picked up at the airport by an Uber driver. He was asking me about the cost of living in New York. I was trying to tell him, I was like, well, if you want to live in the city, you're going to have to get a roommate. You split the bills, everything going to cost you about $3,000 a month. He couldn't believe it. He thought I was exaggerating. Then we pulled up to a red light. There was this big house for sale on the left. He pointed to it. He was like, do you know that in South Carolina, for $1,200 a month, you could have that entire house all to yourself? Then he whispered to me. He was like, the only thing is, neighbors in this area could be a little racist. But I'm such a New Yorker, I'm just always looking for a good deal. I heard $1,200, racism included. I was like, how many bathrooms? It started making me think, how much money would I need knocked off my rent for me to be okay with racism? And I thought about it. In Gramercy, $500 and you could burn a cross on my stoop once a month. I won't say nothing. I'm gonna deal with it anyway. I'm just trying to find a good deal. This is where I'm from. I was born here. My parents are not from here. My mom was born in the Dominican Republic, but she moved there as a teenager, you know. So she's been living in the United States for over 45 years now. Still don't speak a word of English. People think that's lazy. I think that takes skill. You know how committed you gotta be to live somewhere for 45 years and not pick up on a single word? That takes Navy SEAL level training. And that's the knock on immigrants. I don't know why we say that to immigrants. We're like, if you're gonna move to this country, you gotta learn our language and adapt to our culture. We say that. America, the country that won't adapt to the metric system. The international unit for measuring. We're like, yeah, we're not gonna learn that. And the rest of the world, they try to convince you. You ever traveled to Europe? They're like, look, kilometers, it's a lot easier. And we're like, yeah, but we already made our signs. I'm sorry. We can't change. You guys got to change. We won the wars. That's how it works. I think not adapting to society is the most American thing you could do, to be honest. Like, I'm a proud American, born and raised in New York, like I said. And if I ever had to live in another country, I ain't adapting to shit. I'm bringing New York City with me. I got a New York attitude. I can't live anywhere else. I could be in the nicest place. I could be in Canada. I get on the train pissed off for no reason. Like, yo, why nobody masturbating in here? Nobody masturbates on your trains? I don't like it here. I don't feel safe. Take me home. What are you guys hiding? I don't like it. And I'm single too. I just turned 30 and I'm single. Thank you. I've been going, pandemic being single, that was tough. I go on dates now, but I do it responsibly, you know. If I'm gonna take a woman out, I make sure it is before 10 p.m. because everybody knows that's when coronavirus attacks. You don't gotta be a doctor to know that. That's common knowledge. It's nice to see some people going on dates again, coming back out. That's what I do. I like to go on dates. That's how I get to know women. Nobody goes on dates anymore. Just tough to see. I was on a date once. I took this girl out. First day I took her out, the bill came. The bill was $265. And I paid it. I paid it because I'm a gentleman, okay? And I'm not the kind of guy that thinks if I take you out and spend $265 on you, then you owe me sex. Mainly that's because I don't think sex is worth $265. I'm the kind of guy, if I take you out and spend $265 on you, now I think you owe me money. Even if she wanted to, I wouldn't hook up with her that night because I don't want her to confuse that for payment. Don't want her walking around thinking we're even. It's like, miss, you owe me $145. Do you have Venmo or who do you bank with? I think I'm the only person my age that likes to spend money on women. I like to take women out. That's how I get to know them. All of my friends claim they don't spend money on women whatsoever. One of my best friends, he met a girl at work. He told me they were hitting it off. So I asked him, I was like, oh, so you gonna invite her out? He was like, invite her out? Nah, I'm gonna tell her come over my house to watch Netflix and chill. That's what the young people do now, Netflix and chill. Some people might not know what that is. I'll explain. Netflix and chill, that's when you invite somebody over to your house to have sex while a boring ass movie plays in the background. But everybody, that's very important. If you're gonna do it, it's very important. Make sure you put on a boring movie. I'm serious, because I made the mistake. I invited a girl over, and I put on that Netflix show, Making a Murder. That show is so interesting, I completely forgot what I invited her over for. Midway through the show, I look at her, and she's naked, talking about, so what do you think? And I'm crying, like, well, obviously the police set him up. Why are you naked? A man could go to prison. It's not the time for that. You're being selfish. Put your clothes on. That's what we do now. That's what young people consider dating, Netflix and chill. And people want to know why we not getting married. That's why it is. We put a lot of pressure on the people we date. We expect stuff that our parents didn't care about, and it matters to us. It's funny. Like, I read an article the other day that said that the #1 turnoff for women right now is men with bad grammar, which goes to show you how much more sophisticated women are than men. The fact that you wouldn't sleep with someone because he has bad grammar. That would be like a guy not having sex with a girl because she has, I can't even think of a real reason not to sleep with somebody. Guys don't care about grammar. I asked one of my boys, I was like, yo, you care about a woman's grammar? He was like, what do you mean? Like her period? I was like, never mind. Never mind, forget it. You guys ready to get this show rocking? Make some noise right now. You guys ready to get this show rocking? Please clap it up for my good friend, Emma Willmann, everybody.
There we go. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. How you doing? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So happy to be here. It's so nice to be inside. I got an email about when comedy clubs open up and they can only be at 25% capacity. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's more than I'm bringing in anyway. So I was like, this is my time to shine, you know? I'm working on being more feminine. Anybody else? Okay. Yeah, working on my femininity. And here's how I'm doing it. I'm hanging out with my friend who's more butch than I am. That's what I'm doing. And she is a fucking tank, let me tell you. Oh my, she's so butch, she looks like she builds the closets other gay people have to come out of. That's how butch she is. Woo! I feel like the belle of the ball. And I started doing that because I started getting insecure when I went into a woman's restroom, and while I was walking in, this woman leaving looked at me and she went, ew. And then she went, this is a woman's restroom. And I got really flustered and I went, yes, vagina. And then she ran away. And I realized, like, oh no, she must just think I'm the creepiest guy ever, just like confirming what I'm going in there for. Like, yes, vagina, I know what I'm doing. And then I got tripped up because having a vagina doesn't necessarily mean you're a woman, and I just read about that, so I said, oh, not that genitals have to do with gender. And someone from the handicap stall yelled at me, oh, shut the fuck up. And I went, all right, yeah, totally fair. I got to tour for a while with Louis C.K. That was my credit. Yeah, thank you. I was his opener right before he got in trouble for jerking off in front of his openers. Yes, pretty uncomfortable. My mom called me right away. She's like, oh my God, you were just with that guy. Did he jerk off in front of you? And I said, no. And then she goes, oh, were you the only one? Like I fucked up. That's what it felt like. Were you the only one? I couldn't help it. I got like defensive. I was like, I'm not the only one, all right? There were others, and we have our own movement. There's Me Too, and then there's not me. That's me, all right? We go to the Me Too marches, but we hang in the back, and are like, all right, and some people are different, and that's okay too. Doesn't it just seem like when it comes to jerking off in front of people when they don't want you to, it'd be easy to not do that, you know? Like, none of you guys are doing it right now. I don't know why I feel like I need to look around, but yeah, good work. I don't even know what I would do if you were, to be honest. Maybe like if I tried a new joke and no one laughed, but you kept jerking off, I'd be like, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. How'd that new joke go? Well, this one guy loved it, so made up for it. I'm in a relationship. My girlfriend is a therapist, and it's very confusing because she's always telling me I need to see a therapist. And I'm like, I thought that's what we were doing, you know. And I can't argue with her because she can diffuse everything. So it confuses me. Like the other day I was like, I want to break up. And she goes, do you? Do you? Or are you just projecting your childhood issues onto our relationship? And I was like, oh, fuck. All right, same time next week, I guess. I don't know what to I don't know how to process this. I can't break up because we have a dog, and I love the dog. I love the dog so much that I bring him with me everywhere, and I got him registered as a service animal, so I could do that. But there's one problem. He's not trained. So, the other day, I was with him, and my landlord came, and I'm not supposed to have a dog. So I was ready. He sees a dog. I go, this is a service dog. And right on cue, my dog starts humping my leg. I mean, he is like fucking the shit out of it. He has never humped me before. There was something about me saying this is a service dog, and he was like, oh, I'm ready to go. So he's humping my leg, and my landlord's like, this is a service animal? And I thought, quick. I was like, yeah, and this is the service I need. How about mental health is complicated, and this shit balances me out? I got the idea because I had done a show. Thank you. I had done a show, and a woman had an emotional support pony, okay? And people were making fun of the pony, but I was like, no, fuck that. Whatever it takes, if it doesn't hurt other people, I support that. She's got an emotional support pony, good for her. That's a commitment to mental health I couldn't even imagine. Because, you know, she didn't start out with a pony. She probably started out with like a dog or a cat, and it wasn't working. So she's in at the therapist's office like, up the dose! Bring in Mr. Ed if you have to, I don't care. And I support that. Mental health is complicated. My parents are supportive of my mental health situations, you know. Like one time in high school, I told my mom, I was like, I can't take it anymore, I'm gonna kill myself. And my mom goes, not in the house. Not in the house. And then I'll never forget this. She made me go to this like inpatient rehab center. I'm in there for threatening to kill myself. I swear to God, I had a roommate who was in there for threatening to kill somebody else. I was like, are you guys trying to speed up the process? Like, what is it? Who is this admissions person? Like, ooh, mutual interest. Oh yeah, match them up. She threatened to kill somebody, and she had multiple personality disorder too, which like I wanted to be sensitive to, but I didn't know how. So every night I'd be in bed like, good night, everybody. Somebody snores. I don't know which one of you. Thank you. How do you guys know each other? Ooh, what do you do? What kind of products? Oh, well, I don't know about that, but I want to develop products. I want to sell caffeinated gummy bears. I just took like 15 of them, and they're very good. Yeah. My hair before I went on stage was black, and then I just fucking, hey. Ooh, I would love to do product development. I've been getting into business myself. Check it out. Over quarantine, I'd learned about the stock market. And I figured it out, so. Yeah, I came up with my own theory. Here's what you do. You guys can use it if you want. You buy low, and then you sell high. Boom. Yeah, I came up with that. Buy low, sell high. I went to a shareholders meeting because it doesn't matter how many shares you own. You get to go to the meetings. Called in the other day. I said, I'm Emma Willmann. I'm part owner of the company. And they were like, who? I said, part owner of the company, Emma Willmann. They're like, you're part owner of United Airlines? I said, hell fucking yeah. And I think we should change the name to Delta number 2. Buy low, sell high. I've made $18. I know what I'm doing. I'm calling up banks looking for money managers, like, do you guys buy low and sell high at this establishment? The woman I talked to was like, I'm just the receptionist. And I was like, all right, well, if you bought low and sold high, maybe you could work your way up. I want like a, wait, I don't want to get too sidetracked because, you know, people always tell me I have ADHD too, and it pisses me off. I don't have ADHD. And I notice this, the people that always tell me I have ADHD, they're all the same. Doctors, mostly, or most of them, but that's what they've got in common, but just losers. I've been watching tons of true crime. You guys like true crime? Oh, it's on TV, obviously. Yeah, I'm not like hanging out in high crime neighborhoods like, what's up, I'm bored. I like true crime on TV, but I'm boycotting it. I've decided no more because it's too sensational now. Like, it's such big business. They've got development executives dedicated to true crime. That means you could go in, pitch a crime that happened to you, and get rejected, and I don't support that. Imagine you go in and you're like, I was kidnapped, and I'm ready to tell my story. And then you've got some dickbag development executive like, oh, you were kidnapped for how long? And you're like 2 years, and they're like, well, we had someone that was 15 years in here earlier, so sorry about that. Good luck getting molested, because then you can circle back. Not into it. I'm just sticking with, what's the show? Oh, Law and Order. That's what it is. Special Victims Unit. Who watches just Law and Order, by the way? That would be a red flag. Could you imagine you're on a date and someone's like, I like Law and Order, and you were like, no? All right, I gotta go. You're the person committing the crimes that end up on SVU if you're just watching Law and Order. I love that SVU, though. My only problem with it is I think it's weird they call it Special Victims Unit because aren't all victims special? You know? Like, could you imagine being the victim of a stabbing and then you go in to report it at Special Victims Unit and they're like, you're at the wrong unit. This is for special victims. Looks like you just got stabbed. And you're like, I was stabbed by my uncle. And they're like, all right, well, was it with his dick? No, down the hall. Sorry. No semen, no service. You're not getting in. Come back with some of your uncles. Come. What's the executive producer of that show's name? I always forget it, but it's funny. Oh, Dick Wolf. Dick Wolf. I just wanted you guys to yell out Dick Wolf because of it. But I always forget his name, but isn't that, what a name. Dick Wolf. And I've seen that name thousands of times. I never thought anything of it. That's internalized sexism on my part. Because if it was a woman's name right away, I would have been like, oh, the executive producer is named Cunt Ostrich? I don't know about that. Sounds made up. I haven't seen my parents in over a year because of Corona. And I want to go home. I want to go home to rural Maine. That's where I'm from. Any of you guys from Maine? Okay. I want to go back to rural Maine. This is how rural the town is where I'm from, okay? 800 people. We have one police officer, and he's in town on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And people still get arrested even though he posts his schedule and sticks to it. Do you know how fucking dumb you have to be to not commit a crime on a Wednesday when the cop's like, just so everybody knows, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the schedule, lasts 25 years, sticking to it. His name's Scott. And I used to do jokes about Scott, and then I filmed something for Netflix, and the night before they go, you gotta change the name or you could get sued. So I changed the name from Scott to Tom. And then when it aired, I got 200 messages from my hometown of 800 people being like, how could you forget Scott's name? How could you? He arrested you 5 times. You're an idiot. All right. Thank you guys so much. Keep it going for Ian.
Next comedian, another great friend of mine, Derek Gaines, everybody.
Thank y'all for getting nasally violated to come to this fucking show. Thank the good health workers in the back. They was holding our balls for 8 minutes, weren't they? We was all nervous. Like, I know I'm negative, but nigga. No, it's good to see everybody. I knew it was bad. I knew it was getting bad before all this shit happened, before pandemic and quarantine and all that shit. Like, I knew it was fucked up, like, what we was about to go through because Olive Garden was catering, nigga. Like, think about that shit for a fucking second. Like, Olive Garden was nigga, the McDonald's of Italian cuisine was getting per plate coverage at other fucking venues. Are you nuts? That's terrible. Now I see y'all looking at me like, no, Derek, it's not really a big deal. Yes, it is. Because if you went to a wedding that was catered by Olive Garden, you'd be disrespected. I got a tuxedo on. The fuck is all these breadsticks out for? Endless pasta. Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all gonna get a divorce. And I see y'all looking at me like, Derek, it's not really a big issue. Yes, it is, nigga, because if you went to a wedding that was catered by Olive Garden, 9 times out of 10, there's a good chance you could probably fuck the bride. That's all I'm saying. Because when you hear your family, they say that in the commercial. Like, it's good to start the comedy show well. White people, it's good to see y'all. Y'all my kind of whites. Y'all my Boston market whites. I love y'all. Y'all come with like yams and marshmallows and macaroni and cheese. Y'all not like the Arby's eating whites. Nah, if you getting fast food lunch meat, nigga, you are a domestic terrorist. You ever go to Arby's? They got a different menu. Like, my nigga, what is a Storm the Capitol combo? What the fuck is that? Redneck sauce on my Nazi fries? Kiss my ass. Anyway. I know y'all looking at me like, oh, don't get weird. Just don't get weird. I know your language. I'm from the suburbs. Plot twist. I'm a whole suburbanite. Look at me, miss. Cul-de-sac black. That's what the fuck I am. I know about the streets. If they end in a circle, that's... If it ended in a circle, nigga, that's the corner I'm from. Understand that? Ain't no corners in a circle, so it should tell you how hood I'm not. Did a lot of cul-de-sac black shit coming up too, Pop. I was in a garage band. I took karate. Got all shit. I got eczema. Like, what the fuck? Like, got sensitive skin. I can't be nobody's fucking stick-up kid and have a flare-up. Stick-up, motherfucker. It's so hot this year. My skin feels like gravel, motherfucker. Cortisone. That's what the fuck I need is cortisone. Anyway. Like, I was raised different. Like, when during quarantine, I figured out how fucked up I was raised. Like, anybody ever been raised with mirrors? Exactly. Let me explain. Back in the 80s and 90s, black women thought it was frugal but yet elegant to mirror a living room, right? Not put a mirror on the wall, but make the wall an entire mirror, right? So it makes the house look bigger. It's like a hood optical illusion life hack. But the only problem with that is I'm an only child. And my mother was at work all the time, and she figured my reflection would keep me company. Nigga, that's... Eventually, you gonna say hi to yourself. It's inevitable. You gotta understand, if I had cool ideas, I'd run up to the mirror and be like, nigga, is this a good idea? And the mirror be like, yeah, nigga, it's a good idea. And I'd be like, I guess it's a good fucking idea. Like, that's not how you're supposed to grow up. I had to learn how to dance, you know why? Because you can't stare at a motherfucker doing nothing. You had to dance. Come on, man, you gotta pop and lock. You just can't stand there. Like, sir, look at me in my fucking face and answer me this. Have you ever got caught jerking off 6 times, 1 time? Just 6 different vantage points with you with your dick in your hand? Yeah. That's like a single mom's Enter the Dragon. My mom walked in that house looking like a confused Bruce Lee, like, Derek, which one is you? Put your motherfucking dick away. I swear to God, when I find you, I'm gonna kick your ass. Is that my laptop next to a bottle of lotion? You know I use that laptop for work, motherfucker, and I work at the church. You dirty nigga. She was so pissed off, she beat all 7 of us that day. Anyway, we fucking around. Anyway, I live in Bushwick. There you go. That's a white person that did that. That means they took the fuck over. I live in gentrified Brooklyn. It's not the same. But I feel okay because I'm doing good as an old black dude. I'm 36, but I feel 45. I do a lot of old shit. Like during the summer, I sat on my step every night, smoke weed, blunt this long, and I listen to like Freddie Gibbs on my little speaker, and I just watch Brooklyn gentrify in front of my eyes. And I'm so good at being that black dude in a gentrified neighborhood that the hipsters already thought I was there. They walk past my crib like I'm an exhibit at a Brooklyn museum. They go, oh. Do you know who that is? That's Old Man Gaines. He was here before the change. He stood before the condos did. And to be honest with you, no the fuck I didn't. I didn't move to Brooklyn till white people made it safe to go. Confession. Like, nigga, I wish I was there when it was Jay-Z's Brooklyn. I wish I was there when it was Biggie's Brooklyn. But, nigga, when I got there was at least 12 artisanal coffee shops. There was 12 of them. Nigga, oat milk flooded the streets on Myrtle. There was dudes in man buns kayaking through oat milk. And you know these coffee shops, like, here you go, look. I'm not saying that I hate the coffee shop. You've seen these goofy-ass coffee shops. You've seen them? Very woodland. Woodland, like a tree house on the ground. Like, look like a hobbit built it. It's just real. Like, there's ivy all over the walls. The menu's like a hemp chalk you can eat in case the zombie apocalypse happens. Like, everybody's walking around with too much underarm hair, barefoot with their computers, writing goofy-ass screenplays that we don't want to see. Like, and I'll have a problem with that, but just don't be progressive over logical. You ever notice? The more gentrified the area, the more progressive it is. Like, I don't have a problem with that, but don't get stupid. All right, same coffee shop, Monday morning, 9:30. I'm not even supposed to be awake yet. I get to that fucking coffee shop, there's a line going out the door. Why the fuck is there a line? I moved to New York for the tempo. Y'all fucking with my tempo, right? Thank you. This the city that never sleeps, sorta now, because of everything going on. Like, I'll ask y'all a question, okay? I'll be nice. White ladies, do you move to New York to cry? I've just noticed, like, you ever notice you ever walk around Manhattan, you just see white women, trust fund, I don't know what to feed my dog, You know, as a black man, I always just wanted to take like a bottle and like save a white woman's tear. Because I found out under a Snapple cap, ironically, that one white woman tear has enough privilege in it to cloak a nigga for 15 minutes. That would do wonders for police brutality, man. Just have a bottle of white woman tears, nigga, I could shake them cops. I can imagine me and my black friend driving, all of a sudden America pull up behind us with the lights. Woo, woo, woo. Me and my homie like, yo, we gonna die. No, we not. I got these Farrah Fawcett's right here. Hold tight, watch what happens. Cop come to the door. Freeze, nigga. Oh, hey, ladies, how are ya? Where are you guys headed? Jester, Smorgasborg, and Williamsburg, officer. Nothing too fucking crazy. That's good. COVID's so fucked up. I'm in a relationship. Like, Nick. Like I got a whole girlfriend. Like love. I'm buying flowers and shit. Like, that should tell you how old she is, because older women like flowers. Younger women like followers. You see what I'm saying? Anyway. I know it's love. You know why? Because, I'm buying flowers, it's love. And two, she lives in the Upper East Side. Nigga, that keeps Karen off my ass. When you 6'3" with a bouquet of flowers, you are non-threatening. Do you understand what I'm saying? That keeps Karen off your trail. Nigga, I could smoke weed on 81st and 1st. If I got that bouquet of flowers, Karen can't do shit. I can see her coming over. You know you shouldn't do that. And I hold them flowers up, and she just looks at me and goes, stay out of trouble. All right, I'm Derek Gaines. Y'all been good.
Next comedian, we got another killer. This whole lineup is just a bunch of absolute beasts, my friend. Shane Gillis, everybody.
Every other comedian so far has gotten a real fucking I love you speech out of Ian. You find out who your friends are. I hugged Ian when I got in here. I gave him a hug, and it was real. He wasn't excited about the hug. And now this intro.
That's why.
All right. How are you guys? This is good. How are you? I've been at home this whole time. I've been watching my dad drink vodka and watch Fox News. Yeah. Yes, New York. They exist. My people. Yeah, I have a Fox News dad. Does anybody here have a Fox News dad? Yeah, it's nice. No, it's good. Don't be ashamed. This is what the Fox News dad does. They watch Fox News for like 3 hours after dinner, after they've supped. And they sit there and they lie in wait. They watch for 3 straight hours and they try to collect one fact for anybody that stumbles into the room that they get. But every once in a while, like a gold coin commercial comes on and distracts them. Like a 9/11 commemorative coin. And they're like, what the fuck was I thinking? Anyway, my dad gets drunk a lot, so it's tough to get a fact out of him. I'll come in and sit down, and he's just like, you see this fucking Nancy Pelosi's a bitch, son. I'm like, all right, you gotta put this down. He needs to put it down. But he likes it. He has fun watching it. I don't know. I realized Fox News is basically like black church for old white dudes. It really is. Like, literally everything they say, my dad just sits there and he's like, mm-hmm. Yes, Tucker, preach, Tucker. Every once in a while he gets hit with the Holy Spirit. He's like, oh, Lord, build a wall. Can I get a wall? He needs a wall. He's big on the wall. For a guy from Pennsylvania, he's big. He's big on border security. I'm not sure what he's worried about. Like some guy, is he going to lose his job? Is that what he's worried about? I don't know. Like some guy from Honduras is gonna walk the whole way up to my dad's boss's desk in Pennsylvania and just slam a resume down. He's like, "You're here for this sales job?" He's like, "Sí, puedo, sí." I don't know. I'll tell you this. This is fun for me. This is just so everybody watching this knows. This is an audience of like attractive young women. All right. So imagine trying to figure out what they think's funny. All right. Yeah. Good. Listen, I've been home. My dad. You guys are like this. My dad's an alcoholic. He's good. He's like a good alcoholic. He's not hurting anybody. He just gets fucked up, watches Fox. He's having fun. Every once in a while, he's like, "I should probably quit drinking." It's like, don't fucking quit now. Like, this is like your best thing. Keep it. I mean, it would have helped when I was in like Little League. But now but it's funny because he's an alcoholic. He always has an excuse while he's drinking. He can never just be like, "Yeah, I'm getting fucked up," like ever. You gotta like. He makes you feel dumb for asking him why he's fucked up. Like, you'll see him on a Monday. You'll be like, "Damn, it's Monday, you're getting fucked up?" He's like, it's Monday Night Football, man. Come on. What are you, a chick? You'll see him on like a Tuesday. You'll be like, "Damn, it's Tuesday, you're getting fucked up?" He's like, there's no football tonight. And then my sister does heroin, and and that one we're like, "You do need to chill." Which sucks for her, because if she played guitar, everybody would be like, "Oh, fucking sick." It's part of her process. But instead, we're like, "No, you're a hairdresser, so." We're like, "You have a daughter." Well, she did. She did have a daughter until the state intervened. Anyway. Oh, brighten the mood. What is he saying up there? What is he even talking about? Yeah, if you do heroin, the government will take your kids. And they'll give them back after a while. They don't want them. It's like hot potato. They're like, "Oh, fuck. But, so my sister was doing heroin, and we had to have an intervention for her. All right? So she lived out in Pittsburgh. We live in the middle of Pennsylvania, so we had to trick her to come home. I don't know if you know anyone that does heroin. You got to trick them. They're not just fucking stopping by. Ever. They're busy. They're the busiest people. They get a bad rap for being lazy, but they're the busiest people ever. They take a lot of naps. But if they're up, they're scurrying, dude. They're scurrying around. They get missions. That's what happens. You do heroin long enough, you run out of money, and you start getting like quests. It's like a fucked up game of Zelda every day. You get a new quest. Like, you wake up one day, it's just like, "You need to gather copper." And it sounds nice. Like, I wish I had quests. Quests would be good. But eventually the quests, they do get pretty dark. Eventually it's like, "You need to get titty fucked behind the Home Depot." Little titty fucking. But... So we had to have an intervention for her, and the plan we came up with to trick her to get home was we told her that we had won tickets on the radio to go to Six Flags. And it worked. She called back. She was like, "All right, I'll be there." And she got on the first bus. It's like a 7-hour bus ride. That's nothing to them, by the way. Heroin, if you do heroin, every Greyhound is a fucking bullet train. You travel anywhere fucking like that. But that was the plan. The plan was pick her up from the bus stop, not take her to Six Flags. Instead, take her to like a hotel room with my family where we were going to have like an intervention, which if you've ever done the intervention thing, it's basically just you and your family kind of watching your dad cry for an hour straight. Just like, "You used to be my little girl." It's like, I didn't know Dad was fucking gay. Crying. No, it's heartbreaking. But, no, it's life-shattering. But, I didn't want to start the intervention with a lie, so I actually took her to Six Flags that day. Which I thought was a nice gesture, but it turns out intervention is supposed to be rock bottom. Like, intervention's supposed to be the worst day of your life. Not like easily the best day humanly possible. Like, she took heroin and rode roller coasters. It was impossible. We sat her down, we were like, you need to change your life. She's like, I'm gonna go back there tomorrow. And I was with her. She was having fun. I was kind of looking the other way whenever she went to the bathroom every 20 minutes. Because I knew she was going to rehab that night. She didn't. She had no idea. And we both didn't know there was a water slide. There's a water park there. And me and her were ill-prepared for that. We were both in, like, jeans. She was in, like, a Heinz Ward jersey. And she was like, there was one of those slides. One of those water slides is just like a fucking straight drop. And then there's a ramp at the end of it. And she was like, I want to go on that one. And I was like, fucking get up there. Like, I knew she was going to have a rough couple months coming right up. But, so she gets up there. She gets to the top of this water slide. And then she took a nap. All right, she nodded off. You know the part where you lay down before the water slide and wait? You wait for the lifeguard to tell you to go. She took a nap at that point. And then you just watch some high school lifeguard like, ma'am, you should. And I watched the kid, he just sent her down. She was asleep like this, like a Dracula. She's just like a luge, dude, like a rock, plummeting. She's as fast as a bolt of lightning. She was flying. And then she hit the ramp, and I watched her actually wake up in air. She hit the ramp, it was like... Which I don't know how that wasn't rock bottom. It's like waking up in air. So it's time to make some changes. Anyway. Should have done better stuff. Yeah, and it's good. So it's a happy ending. She went to rehab, so she's good. She's 2 years clean, so everything's, yeah. She did get cancer though. She got cancer. That happens. You guys, come on, y'all. No, she's good there. Don't be sad either. She's good. She just had her last chemo, so she's good on that too. I think I'm gonna get her some heroin to celebrate. Get her back. All right, you guys are great. Thanks a lot.
Shane Gillis, my good friend Shane Gillis. Next comedian coming to the stage, another super, super funny comic. Help me welcome Rosebud Baker to the stage.
Thank you so much. This is great. I've always wanted to perform for an audience at gunpoint. This is fantastic. You guys have great energy. You feel threatened, but you're here for it. This is good. Everyone in this audience is so good looking. It's like, doesn't feel like you're gonna laugh, Like, you all look like you could sell yogurt. I look like I could also sell yogurt, but then I open my mouth and you're like, is she selling cum? Like I have a different, my voice doesn't match my face. That's something that I've dealt with my whole life. I look like I'm in the Babysitter's Club, and I open my mouth and people are like, oh, she's sucked dick on a megabus for sure. I have just a real lesbian voice. That's what I have. It's a real set of dyke pipes. But I am straight, which is surprising. I don't know why. People ask me, like, why are you into men? I have no answer for that. I'm just like, I guess they fascinate me. That's, they're fascinating. Like, I feel like if you put jizz under a microscope, you could probably see each individual sperm giving you advice you never asked for. That's a fun, fascinating fact about them. Can I talk about COVID? All right, cool. I was a little worried when it started because I just thought suicide rates were gonna go up, but only if you really mean it. Because Amazon's gonna run out of rope. And I don't think suicide's funny, but I do think it's hilarious to want to kill yourself and then have to wait 3 weeks for the rope to arrive. You're just like, man, if this rope doesn't get here, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. My sister is a nurse, and so she was working through the pandemic. Give it up for the healthcare heroes, right? Yeah. Little cheap applause break. My sister's a nurse, and I want to say this on her behalf. Nobody appreciates nurses as much as they do. Okay? They're heroes, and they'll tell you. They will. And it's not that what they do isn't heroic. It's very heroic. It's just a bummer to hear about. And they never shut the fuck up about it. Like, if you ask a nurse how her day went, you're about to fuck up yours. They're gonna give you a story you weren't ready for. Okay? My sister, I was like, hey, how was your day? She was like, it's pretty rough. I had to pull the plug on my favorite patient. I was like, Jesus Christ, what do you do to the ones you don't like? She didn't like that at all. She was like, not everything has to be a fucking joke, Rosie. I was like, no, but you set it up. I feel like I knocked it out of the park. We're both killing. I don't know. I want to make fun of the healthcare heroes so bad because we were just sucking their dicks so hard for so long. Just here in New York, we would get on our roof every night. Did you guys do this? You get on your roof every fucking night, 7 p.m., we would clap. Yeah. I mean, we did it long enough. You don't even have to keep going. We put the time in. We did. It was cute for a month. And then fucking 2 months every night. This'll fix it, just playing Billy Joel. Do you know how fucked up it is to see New Yorkers dancing to Billy Joel on their roof every night with our crooked spines trying to dance? It's fucked up looking. I mean, I thought it was a nice idea, but then like a month went by and then like 2 months and then everybody was dead and we were just on our roof clapping about it. I was like, this feels like we're cheering for the losing team, folks. I mean, listen, I think it's a nice thing if you don't have COVID, but like, if I had COVID and I'm sitting on a hospital bed just surrounded by people who can't cure me and I'm hearing people clap every night, I'd start taking it personally. Right? These nurses are coming in every day. I'm like, am I gonna die? They're like, we don't know, bye. I have to FaceTime my family to say goodbye. They start clapping for the bitch holding up my iPad. I'd be like, we're unplugging everything. I'm all done here. It's kind of unfair that you guys clapped for 3 months, but you won't stay in this bit for 4 minutes. Anyway, did you guys see the video of the nurses dancing to cheer up COVID patients? You didn't see that? They went viral. Yeah, that was a little insensitive, right? I mean, they can't breathe. It's like, do you guys walk a tightrope to cheer up the MS ward or what? He's just like, look what I can do day at the hospital? What the fuck? It's a little fucked. I called up my sister. I was like, hey, what's louder? Is it the ventilators or the sound of you nurses patting yourselves on the back for your TikTok moves? I got married this year. Thank you. Yeah, I got engaged on the 3rd day of quarantine. I said yes because I thought we had 3 months to live, and then we waited about 6 months, and then we got married, and now we're just married, and that's all it is. There's no. I mean, I didn't realize how much a marriage is just reminding each other to take your pills. It's just reminding each other to take your pills and identifying different smells in the house. It's like, did the dog fart? Did you fart? Did I fart? That's all it is. Speaking of dogs, I don't have kids, but I have 2 dogs that I breastfeed, and they are sweet little idiots. They really are. I love my dog so much. He's a little border collie mix. He's obsessed with me. He's obsessed with everybody though, which I lose respect for him because of that. You know, because I mean, he loves me, but he would also like go home with my rapist. He doesn't care. If somebody broke into my house and killed me today, he'd be like, okay, I guess I love you now, because you killed the person I love, so now you're in charge. And this happened over the pandemic. He got separation anxiety, which happened to a lot of dogs, because we never left our house, you know? So now when I leave my house, he tries to eat through the walls to get to me, which is horrifying. And I took him to the vet, and I was like, what do I do about this? She goes, we got to get him canine Xanax. And I'm a white lady, so I was like, sign me up. Absolutely. Let's do this. It sounds ridiculous to give your dog Xanax, but it works, okay? Works like a charm. I took one of those. I'm not worried about him anymore. He seems chill now. All right, you guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. I'm Rosebud Baker.
Next comedian coming to the stage, absolute killer. Please help me welcome Dan Soder, everybody.
This is too cool. This is too cool of a show to do inside this fast. First off, I just want to fuck with this guy, because, yeah. Whenever I'm bombing, you better fucking try to catch me, because I'm going to be running around this stage. It's nice to be inside. We've been outside for a year doing stand-up, so thank you for letting us inside. Yeah. That's what comedy became. It just made us all feral in 2020. You can't do shows inside. They're like, all the shows I did in 2020 were like, come to a backyard. There'll be a secret handshake. Felt like I was gay in the 50s. They're like, your kind will be there. I'm like, is it dangerous? Very dangerous. I wear a mask everywhere. I think it really hurts when someone pulls up their mask when they see you. That fucking stings. Have you turned a corner and someone sees you and they're like, no thanks. Fuck you, dude. I'm a person. I feel fucking stupid because I'm dressed like I'm going through a divorce and everyone here looks awesome. You guys got dressed up. You guys are lucky I'm in fucking jeans right now. I've been dressed like Adam Sandler since last June. It's just been basketball shorts and hoodies. I got fat. I started eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at 2 a.m. Your boy got tits in the off season. Some nice supple bees. I'm gonna start wearing big 90s clothes. Let's bring that fashion back. I'll start wearing big dog shirts. You guys don't know that. That joke kills in the middle of the country. You guys don't know about fat guys who love country. That was a whole fashion style. Shane knows what I'm talking about. Shane's like, big dog rules. Dude, I'll wear No Fear. I don't give a fuck. I'll bring back the most aggressive t-shirt line of all time. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. No Fear. That was on a t-shirt. It's what we wore in the 90s. Every No Fear shirt is something you can yell through a door at a stepdad. This isn't even your house, Rick. No Fear. I got a dog. That's the biggest thing of 2020. I got a sweet little bitch that I love more than life. I want a head butter. I want a head butter at least 3 times a week. I love my dog that much that I think about just fucking crushing her skull. You guys have never loved if you've never felt that. My favorite thing about walking my dog is there's a group of kids that ride their bike in my neighborhoods. I don't know how to speak anymore. But they're like 10-year-old boys and they cuss and they're clearly saying something they don't know. You know, remember being little? And you'd find a cuss word out and you're like, this thing really changed my life. I walked into the kitchen when I was 8 years old and my mom and my older cousin were talking. And my older cousin just said, yeah, it's not like I got a blowjob. And my mom was like, don't say that around Dan. And I was like, I have a new catchphrase. I immediately went down the street to my friend's house, whose sister was having her 10th birthday party in the basement. There's a basement full of little girls playing with porcelain horses. I walked halfway down the stairs and I just go, what are you guys giving out blowjobs? Like a little swinger. I was like, this is a key party? I thought I was gonna get like hey, this guy fucking rules! Instead, everyone just looked at me and my friend's dad grabbed me by the arm and pulled me into the kitchen and he's like, where the fuck did you hear that word? And I was like, I'll never tell you. Which I definitely threw him off. I don't think he knew an 8-year-old. He knew an 8-year-old was gonna match his energy. Because he was like, oh, all right. And this was like my friend's dad. I grew up with a single mom, so this guy was kind of like a father figure to me. You know, and he was like, where did you hear that word? And I was like, I'll never fucking tell you. Because I wasn't going to snitch on my cousin. I liked my cousin. He was cool. He's like, where? And his attitude changed. It became much more like empathetic. And he's like, you know, you can tell me where you heard that word. And I was like, I'll never fucking tell you. And then I watched him just get straight up sad. And he's like, I just wanted you to know, if you ever feel like you want to tell me, I'm here. And I left, and I was like, that got real weird. I was picking my bike up out of the grass, like, all right, guy, fucking calm down. I was just cussing. I didn't know what the word meant. But now I'm older, and I realize my friend's dad definitely thought I was being sexually abused by my mom's boyfriend. 100%. He's like, where did you hear the word blowjob? I'm like, that's what I give Randy for cereal. And he's like, no, you have to tell me so I can get the state involved. I was just saying a cool cuss word that I heard Andy say, you know? I thought it was fucking cool. So back in June, I'm walking Senator Myrtle, and she's dodging the questions. And I hear these kids ride by on their bikes, and I hear the nerd of the group just yell out, stop cussing! And then I hear another kid in the group just yell out, shut up, motherfucker! I'll suck your cock! I was like, I don't think that kid knows what he's saying. I don't think that little boy has any idea what he is saying. And if he does, he knows himself better than I've ever known myself. That kid is locked and loaded at 10 years old. They're like, when did you come out of the closet? He's like, come out of the closet. I shouldered the door off that thing when I was 10 years old. It's been a weird year, but I feel like this was due. Humans had to be humbled. We were too cocky. We were walking around with everything perfect, and then we were like, nothing bad could happen, and the world was like, I got you. I saw it because I knew something bad was coming when we were about to hit 2020 and we didn't have flying cars. That's when I was like, this feels like something bad's coming. If you went to the 50s, if you like traveled through time and you went back through the 50s and you're like, I'm from 2020, they'd be like, how are the flying cars? And you're like, don't have them. They'd be like, well, what do you guys do? And you're like, mostly look at each other's vacation photos. I'd say it's a majority of our time spent. If you showed them Instagram, their brains would leak out of their ears. If you're like, this is Instagram, they'd be like, oh my God, all the white women have big butts. And you're like, I know. Squats got real big in 2014. That was the year of the squat. I knew it was coming because everyone on social media is really good at making a commercial for themselves. That's all social media is. It's just like a commercial for something that's not really true, you know? We're so good at being filmed, it's fucking Orwellian. Like, have you watched a home movie from the 90s recently? No one knew how to be on camera. It's fucking hilarious. You watch an old videotape and it's like Christmas 97 and you plug it in and then they just like, hey, there's Uncle Mike, it's Christmas. And whenever he sees the game, he's like, hey! It's like this caveman delay. They're like, ha! They don't know how to act. They're not like, hey, let me show you. They're just like, it's Christmas. And we're like, we know. It's been said 3 fucking times and it's on the goddamn VHS. Stop stating that it's fucking Christmas. We know that. It's the only thing I know about this. But now you put a fucking iPhone on a 3-year-old and they're like, hey, like and subscribe, swipe up. Don't forget to check out my live stream. I'm gonna learn why I'm scared of the basement. All right, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I've been babbling. Bye.
Let him hear it. Last comedian coming to the stage. Super, super funny. Flicks, please help me welcome Sam J, everybody.
Don't clap for that. Shut up. I didn't fucking do anything. I want a gun so bad, man. I've been like into guns since all the pandemic shit. Shit's crazy out here. I'm like, niggas need a gun. I need a fucking gun. I'll shoot a motherfucker's head off. Boom, don't talk crazy. Don't get too close. That's how I'm feeling these days. Ever since my girl expects me to protect her, you know? Like, that's real. And it's getting real because it's like, shit's real outside. People dying all the time. It's a pandemic. The world feels crazier. And this state is starting to land on me. Like, my bitch really thinks I'm supposed to die for her. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like, and I've decided this shit. It's just energy. It's like, this is where, like, gay niggas be correct. Gay niggas is always correct to a point, and then because, like, you straight niggas won't listen, we go insane. Like a kid, right? You make sense, and then your parents won't listen, you're like, and I'm an alien. That's what happens. We make sense to a point. And what's true is gender isn't fucking real the way we've assigned it. That doesn't make sense. Energy is way more powerful than what we've called gender. So there's masculine energy, there's feminine energy, and that can lie anywhere. It doesn't have anything to do with what your fucking genitalia is at all. It's just your energy. And if you have masculine energy, then feminine energy expects you to save them. That's it. That's it. If you have masculine energy, the feminine energy is like, it's your job to make sure I don't die, and that is a fucked up, crazy job. I can't do that for nobody. Nobody. I can't even make sure I don't die, bitch. I'm supposed to make sure you don't die. And men feel the same way. This is what's crazy. I've been talking to my homies because I didn't even know. I talked to my homies lately because we've been talking about guns and shit. We've been talking about guns and shit. We've been getting deep into guns and shit. And because I have masculine energy, they open with me, right? And I was like, it's weird that like women always go, oh, your gun is an extension of your dick. You just feel like you just want to have a bigger dick. Because I was like, I want a gun and I don't have a dick. I'm just scared. And my nigga said, I'm scared too. And I was like, oh shit, niggas are scared. Which makes sense. Humans are scared. And then you're afraid and tasked with not letting another nigga die who is helpless. And this isn't an attack to women, so I know niggas gonna run with this like they do everything I say and say I'm saying women are helpless. But yes, bitches are helpless. Why are bitches helpless? Because they've been set up to expect that men should die for them. The system's made you helpless. So it's like, damn, bitch, you don't even know how to do nothing, and I'm supposed to just fight every nigga for you? I need a gun. How am I supposed to do this if I don't have something to shoot these niggas? That's a crazy expectation. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyone could kill anyone. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I told my girl, I said, yo, I want a gun. And she was like, well, let me think about if I want a gun in this house. And I was like, bitch, unless you supposed to die for me, it's not your choice. I'm the nigga that's supposed to die. I get to decide if I need extra help. Shut the fuck up. Shit is scary because women aren't thinking about fighting. If a nigga, you think about a nigga come in the house, you got a nigga. You're like, yo, that nigga come in, he's supposed to get up and kill that nigga. And if he doesn't, and we both die, I was just with a weak nigga. And you're willing to die with that. You're willing to be like, that was my life. Shouldn't have picked that weak nigga. You're not trained to fucking fight. I wish you had a gun too. I wish we was two John Wick motherfuckers in the house. I think every man wants that. They want that bitch to wake up, spin, like that bitch on Mortal Kombat. Oh shit. Now there's two niggas in here who could get it going on these motherfuckers. They come in here acting crazy. That's not what feminine energy does. It just looks at you and goes, what's gonna happen now? Bitch, you gonna be raped and we're both gonna be beheaded. What do you want? I want like 8 guns. I've lived on both sides of that shit, right? Because I've been like a bitch. So I've been with a nigga and be like, he's supposed to protect me. And it's like, what a world. What a world. It's a give and take with feminine energy. It's a give and take. What a world. Like men that are cis, you'll never know what it's like to just lay on a nigga's chest, go to sleep and be like, whatever happens on him. So crazy. So crazy. I've done it. Just put on his chest and be like, whatever goes on tonight, it's not my problem. And I've also been the chest, just up all night. Like, what if a nigga swing off the roof, kick in the window? Come in here and rape this bitch with a gun to my head. Didn't tell me to stab her in the stomach. What's that? Meanwhile, my girl's just snoring. She's got it. Nah, nigga, Glock's got it, nigga. I'll blow that nigga's head off if I get a gun. But it all starts to me with like the fact that we separate sex. We just do dumb shit. From the beginning, girls and boys should just play together every way and mix it up. It should be like genderless sports. Can't separate the sexes and then expect equality. That doesn't make sense. We do the shit from like youth, and then when a bitch is like 30, she's like, I'm the same as you. It's like, actually, you're not. Because I've been going through warrior training. If I'm a dude, if I'm a man, it's like, no, nigga, I've been getting punched in the faces too. No one's done nothing about it. You're not the same as me, bitch. I've been out here striving and surviving. And you've been doing some different shit. It is not one weaker than the other, but you gotta fucking mix it up. I think that's what women should be more upset about. Shouldn't be looking up at dudes and be like, oh, you're being this, you're being that, you're not. No, we should be like looking at like from youth. Like, why the fuck are you separating us? Give us the same training so we can get fucking busy. Start early. Start early. Girls and boys play football together. Punch me in the chest, nigga. Get me right. Set me up for the fucking world. Give me all the problems you have, because that's when you're gonna be right. You can't fucking separate the sexes and then expect people to know how to deal with the same energies. It's weird. And it's also stupid because it doesn't help anybody. Essentially, what you want is a family of 7 that can all shoot AKs and do karate. Male, female. Right? Little kids. There's this nigga on YouTube, and he got daughters, black dude. And he got daughters, and he be training them to like shoot AKs and shit, little girls. And they be blindfolded putting together AKs. And everyone watches that shit, and they're like, what a savage. How could he do this to his little daughters? And it's like, nah, nigga, everybody's ready to get active. Someone comes in that house, he's not worried about his daughters. He's like, they're gonna roll under the crib, pull the K out, splat a nigga. Splat a nigga. I'll find him hanging in the closet upside down, Splinter Cell style. And women should be insulted because they teach us to be scared of every nigga. That's wild. I was thinking about that. Like, since I was a little girl, they're like, he's a boy. He's stronger. He's faster. He can beat you up. Any man could snap your neck. You're like, this nigga's on crutches, drooling. Stay away. Like, I can't beat him up. At least let me get active on some handicap niggas. Start to test my strength and shit. Figure out what I'm about. I gotta go, but I also had some weird jokes that don't fit this premise. I like how timid but cool y'all being. I do. It's like, I'm not killing, but also y'all not like, don't say that. Good vibe. I'll take that energy. I just started to get, I'm just starting to get rich. Like, I'm just starting to get, like, where I feel rich. You know what I'm saying? And that's a place, like, it's like I had money for a little while. Like, I was like, I could pay my rent. My shit's on auto pay. That's a flex. Rent's on auto pay? Get out of my face. Flex. I just started doing that. Like, my rent's on, like, you know. But now I'm getting past auto pay where I'm like, nigga, rent for 2 years. Suck my dick. Like, I'm starting to feel money. And it's weird because everyone around me is becoming a socialist. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this shit? This socialist shit that these new young... It's like, every young person's broke. Shut up. You know, it's like this new attitude is like, where's capitalism? Shut the fuck up. Get money, bitch. You're broke. I don't know. I don't know, man. As a nigga just getting money, don't stop my party. You know what I'm saying? I just got here, nigga. I'm trying to buy a boat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to buy a boat. trying to buy a boat, some shit I don't need. I'm trying to buy land like I buy chains. You know, I want to get that rich. I want to be walking around land like, ooh, yeah, when I get a bitch over here, she see this fucking acre? Pussy. That's what I feel. Let me feel that at least. Don't try to stop a nigga. Every time I hear socialism talk, I just think of the baby. I do. And I'm like, look at this beautiful young nigga that just got money. And now everyone's telling him, don't enjoy it. That's so sick. Give it to a broker nigga and then watch them do something. Why? I was a broker nigga. I'm giving it to myself. Are you stupid? I just found out my cat isn't really a girl cat, it's a boy cat. I got my cat as a kitten. I thought it was a whole bitch, and then now we see nuts, so it's a nigga. It's so weird. It's so weird. Everything has changed. It's a house divided because my girl still keeps saying her, and I'm like him. Like I'm fighting for my trans cat. I'm like, no, leave my nigga alone. He is what he is. Shut the fuck up. I also realized in this though, I'm a chauvinist. You know what I'm saying? I'm a chauvinist because I don't give a fuck about like the cat being a nigga and being out. And when I thought the cat was a girl, I was protective. I was like, don't let her out. She's in heat. She'll get fucked. And everything will be crazy. You know, I was like on guard. I make sure the doors wasn't cracked. No, stay inside. But now I know it's a nigga. He be out. I'm like, I don't know. That ain't my problem. Whoever he knock up. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, God damn, get that pussy, nigga. Come back, tell niggas what it was like. Lay down. I hate pronoun niggas. Like the niggas who tell you what their pronouns are before they show up places. It's okay. I know y'all don't think it's safe to laugh at these niggas. That's how confusing the world has become. You don't know what you laughing at no more. No, we could laugh at these pronoun niggas. Because I'm not saying I hate trans niggas, and I'm not saying I hate the fact that you want to decide how you identify yourself. I hate the fact that before you show up to a party, you think we're supposed to care how you feel. Who the fuck are you? It irritates me. I got some pronoun friends, and they be like, yeah, I'm coming tonight, but just let everybody know I'm a they. And it's like, nigga, no. I'm not gonna let anyone know shit. Get in this party, mix it up. Correct niggas. What the fuck do you want? You stupid bitch. It's a little annoying. It's so fucking anal. And then they make it like, oh, then you're not being inclusive. It's like, no, bitch, I'm not a hoe ass nigga. Just come and say, don't call me that. I don't like being called Sammy, you goofy motherfucker. I don't call parties ahead of the time, but just so you know, never call me Sammy. No, I show up, and if you fucking say Sammy, I say, don't call me that. So if you're uncertain about your pronouns, stay your dumb ass home. Don't adjust the party. That's so goofy. This shit's gonna go somewhere, and I'm gonna get in trouble again. So stupid. But it's annoying. Why do I gotta prepare for you? Nigga, just don't come here. No one likes anybody like that. And that's what I hate about these pronoun niggas. They act like they aren't the new peanut allergy. It's like, yes, nigga, you're annoying in the same way that the nigga go, peanut, is there gonna be any Thai food? Bitch, don't come, I don't know. Are there any Indians coming? I don't know. Fucking don't show up. I don't have the time. Can't be stressed out about this fucking shit. Hey, that was great. Bye.
Everybody clap it up for Sam J. Thank you guys for coming to South by Southwest here at the stand. We really, really appreciate it. We had such a good time with you guys. Have a good week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.